Why is poker bankroll sizing so confusing? Imagine trying to build a puzzle with pieces that keep changing shape. That's what figuring out your poker bankroll size can feel like. It's not just about how much money you have, but how you play, the game you choose, and how much risk you're willing to take. Bankroll sizing means setting aside enough money to keep playing without going broke after losing streaks. But here's the tricky part. Poker is full of swings. Even the best players can lose many hands or tournaments in a row. That's called variance. It's a natural part of poker, and it makes managing your bankroll essential. Now, the confusion starts because different poker formats have very different risk levels. Cash games tend to have lower variance because chips are real money, and you can leave whenever you want. For these, experts recommend having between 30 and 50 buy-ins. A buy-in is the amount needed to enter a game. So if a cash game buy-in is $50, you should have at least $1,500 to $2,500 in your bankroll. Sit and go tournaments are a bit more unpredictable. They usually need about 30 to 50 buy-ins, depending on your skill and the tournament structure. Multi-table tournaments are the most volatile because of their big fields and payout structures. Many pros suggest having at least 100 buy-ins to avoid risking your entire bankroll on a single tournament. Your personal win rate also matters. If you expect to win about 5 big blinds per 100 hands, you might get away with a smaller bankroll. But if your win rate is lower, you need more cushion. Risk tolerance plays a role too. Some players are comfortable with higher risk and smaller bankrolls, while others prefer to be more conservative. Another thing that adds to the confusion is the difference between professional players and recreational players. Professionals relying on poker for income, so they need to be extra cautious. They usually keep larger bankrolls to avoid going broke. Recreational players, who have other income sources, can afford smaller bankrolls because they can add money when needed. Calculating the right number of buy-ins can be tricky because different experts give different advice. Some say 30, some say 50, and some recommend even more for high-variance games. Plus, your bankroll needs can change if you move up or down in stakes or switch formats. Psychological factors also come into play. It's common for players to feel impatient or overconfident, leading them to play stakes that are too high for their bankroll. That can cause big losses and frustration. And finally, there's no single standard for bankroll sizing. Unlike other financial rules, poker advice varies widely. Some experts focus on safety margins, while others emphasize maximizing opportunity. So the reason why bankroll sizing feels confusing is because it's a balancing act. You have to consider your game type, variance, skill level, risk appetite, and personal finances all at once. There's no one-size-fits-all answer. The best approach is to understand these factors and stick to conservative guidelines that suit your style. That way, you can keep playing longer and enjoy poker without unnecessary stress.